minutes to win the tournament now?
A lot.
That's a like generationally
Oh, Murph's
insane
going wolf.
losers run, but
Why?
You know what? Sometimes you just gotta cook. The Moxie clips have been making the rounds again recently. I don't know if you've been seeing that.
Yeah,
on
Jazzo
social
made her
media,
quit the
so-
game though, so there's,
Yeah,
you know,
so sad. She's playing
Wolf
Melee now, though, I think.
maybe not the best option. But Omega also does have the experience versus Moxie from when she lived in Atlanta, came to 404 a lot. So far, not working out all that great as Merf off to a fantastic start, very nearly getting the 2-frame down smash, but not quite in there. And like I was saying, Merf has like a bajillion pocket characters, all as good as the last, so you can't really be surprised by any character pick, especially top-tier character pick.
And especially a character that relies on fundamentals as much as Wolf, right? When you play that many characters at top level, you are going to have the reads and you're going to have the fundies on lock because that's what you're making your bread and butter with to be that versatile. Oh, there, Merf, right? Just stretching the recovery to a T, spacing it out, and throwing out these nairs with timing mix-up to just cover space and force Omega into the corner.
Oh, just barely missing out on both the spacing and the timing, but this time does it up big. A sliding F-tilt takes away the first stock, and Merf off to a lead against Georgia's finest, but a quick drag down actually doesn't do it. I'm so surprised that the down smash, even center stage, wasn't enough, and Merf's also going to pop out of the drag down up air this time. Omega finally does get the back air to close out the stock, but that was way too much work for what should have been an easy kill.
Right, when you're center stage on that 186 wide unit stage, there's so much ground to cover, and without Arsene online, I mean, it can be hard, right? No range to speak of, so I get it, but Merf still, right, saying you may have got the stock, but I'm not going to let you get a whole lot more, putting you right back to the ledge, and Omega struggling to get off, taking 1 or 2 resets at minimum every time he's been put there. The parry to boot to reset again. Merf's ledge trapping has been on lock last.
Merf's doing a great job of stuffing Omega. Every time he tries to jump in like that, he goes for jump nair, he goes for jump fair, anything like that. Merf is perfectly spaced to connect with either like a fair or a nair, something along those lines to just keep boxing him out, and now Arsene is gone. That's something that compared to most other Jokers, Omega is like widely considered to be one of the best at, is use of Arsene to make big plays, and he got nothing out of it.
Yeah, I mean, he just hasn't been able to find Arsene in any situation that's even approaching neutral, right? It's just like, how do I get out of dodge? How do I get back to stage? And then you've taken so many resets that it's almost gone. And it's just Merf doing a really good job of prioritizing positioning over anything else, like holding this platform here and the call out with the laser. Omega can't even use the platform to get away based on just where Merf is holding space.
Tried to DI mix him too with that F throw so that he wouldn't be ready to tech and he could tech chase. Double grab in his face, neither one connecting, but that's all right. Nair here catches the jump get up, reflects that back, but not going to have too much more to work with, and a falling Nair off the side. Merf, 2 stocks to 1. Extra credit here will be everything, and both of them whiffing grabs in the other space.
I really like that neutral air because it's the use of one of the rare reverse hitboxes still in Ultimate. Omega, though, trying to mirror some movement and find the stock, but he just doesn't get confident enough, and Merf is the one who commits with that pivot grab, finds the opportunity, still in the chase as they reset. Again, holding under platform at all costs, preventing these neutral airs or the down gun that Omega, again, gets so much off of just like that from finding much mileage, but all it takes is one, and Omega finds that one to even up the game. Arsene almost online now last. Omega still very much has a chance.
Is going to get Arsene off of that too, but has taken 55%, and if Merf can keep neutralizing Arsene as well as he has for the rest of this first game, Omega might be in a little bit of trouble, but so far he's gotten great usage. That quick 43 and then 53%, now 60 being built up thanks to the bonus damage offered by Arsene, but he's going to be going away soon.
And the DI, the neutral airs, the contest hits from Merf have been so on point, but it's going to be the missed dash grab pushing you to the corner, the air dodge coming out, but it's going to be the Wolf Flash finding a way back to ledge and resetting the situation. Last is finding the way through with the air dodge, and all the tricks and traps are coming out. Merf wants to take this game 1.
Looking so hard for that tech chase there, but Merf still can't quite find it to put it away. Now we're only 1% apart. The two of them both have so many options to close this out. Maybe even Omega can get another use out of Arsene before this ends, but we'll just have to see. Merf slowly ticking up towards that 120, but a nair out of shield pushes Omega into the corner again. A jab reset, an F smash, and Omega barely takes game number 1.
And you mentioned that he's so good at using Arsene to make big plays. Well, guess what? That time, no Arsene needed. He just needed the big plays. You saw at the end, Merf, normally in those scrap situations, you'll see the Wolf start to throw out a laser a little bit more, slow down the pace of the game, make you uncomfortable. But with, as you mentioned, that Arsene building, Merf's like, I can't throw this out because if I do, he's going to Rebels Guard, he's going to get Arsene, and then I'm just screwed. So try to keep Arsene from coming online and manage it. But while that was to his benefit the entire first game, at the very end, Omega flipped it on its head and made the management of Arsene a trap.
Going into game number 2, running it straight back to Pokemon Stadium 2. merf just saying, my game plan worked, I just need to execute a little bit better at the end, and off to a pretty good start. Doesn't quite work around that Rebels Guard all that properly, though, and gives Omega most of a full Arsene meter.
And honestly, the Rebels Guard timing is super smart. You're doing it right by ledge. Either they catch you with your one falling aerial, or you just don't get much out of it. They don't really commit to a down air afterwards. The footstool to get out of disadvantage. Super smart there from merf, who again is just tossing out these neutral airs, keeping the spacing, and the punish is non-committal here as he just takes the space, takes the positioning over anything else, and tries to avoid getting put in the corner with Arsene online, which unfortunately he just wasn't quite able to avoid.
Falling fair, but Omega defensive inside of the shield, so strong. Leg jump into the back air too. Great stock from Omega. After a close game number 1, he's off to an amazing lead in game number 2, saying that was just a fluke. I wasn't ready for that game plan. Now I am. You got nothing on me.
Yeah, and the wall ride too to get back, right, to avoid that down smash that, you know, a lesser player may just head back to ledge and get clipped on out. Instead, now utilizing the gun to hurt rock shift his way around that backer that could have closed it out as well. And merf is kind of starting to feel like he has to swing, has to find something, right, looking for the tech chase, and has the idea, but just the misspacing. And you can start to feel him get a little bit more antsy as Omega just stays cool, calm, and collected in the driver's seat.
Oh, and a great Rebels Guard in the face of that Wolf Laser to build up that Arsene meter once again. merf just on the back foot constantly. Down throw into the back air, pushes him deep off stage. merf is able to regain his footing, get an F-tilt, maybe a stock here with the Nair. Yeah, okay, the tether won't be able to quite grab, but merf took 86% worth of extra credit before he was finally able to close out that stock, and even then it was a weak hit Nair off stage to do it.
And then dropping that forward air into the grab, right, trying to find that trap, and unfortunately Omega really ready for that Moxie experience means you're not going to catch them out with any tricks or traps that they don't, because they've seen it all before. Right now the drag down into the down smash is going to provide the perfect positioning, and you just can't catch that air dodge or the jump from ledge. merf has been over relying on it, and it's time for Omega to capitalize on it.
Firing out of the corner though, merf trying to fight back, and then a footstool out of shield. Omega doesn't get everything off of it, but he now has merf thinking. He's scared to be in Joker's face, because once a Joker shows you that they can footstool out of shield, suddenly your options become a lot slimmer.
And it's interesting to see that as a mix too, because we saw the footstool gun there, but Omega was also footstool twice earlier this game, aimed just out of shield to reset position and then try and find a different follow-up off of it. So merf not even afterwards feeling like he can just counterplay optionally because he's not sure what's coming. He might just get mixed, buffer an option, and then got called out even harder. You know he's starting to track so many things as Omega just stays singularly focused on victory, finds the fair one into the back air, and that's gonna be it for game number 2. Omega, as you mentioned, very close in the first time round, but game 2, it just felt like he was coming 9-5.
Yeah, a 2-stock running away with it, nothing even particularly close. We're going to run it back one last time to Pokemon Stadium 2, but maybe a character swap up from merf. I know Steve is banned at this event, so it can't go Steve, but has plenty of other characters in the pocket. Not Wii Fit.
Listen.
Thinking about Lucina, though.
I was going to say, I've seen John Numbers beat Beats enough times that I believe in Lucina's capability to potentially, I believe in Wii Fit's ability to potentially win this matchup, but I also believe in Lucina's. It's going to be all about utilizing your movement, holding that spacing, and just trying to not let them get comfortable in locking down your movement mix-ups and those wavelands with them.
So far, though, absolutely locking down Joker, not letting him land anywhere safe. Now Omega finally gets the chance to fight back, still getting counter-swung, though, and merf doing an amazing job of just maintaining that additional spacing that Lucina needs to make her disjoint sing.
And that down air F smash would have worked if it was Marth there, but as Lucina just not quite able to find his mark, looking for that tech chase, has the idea, but just doesn't quite get the timing down right on that get-up attack. So now it's going to be the reset to neutral. You see the way merf fading back right past that edge of platform, pushing you to the corner, but it's going to be the overextension, forcing it back. does get the pickup off the down air though, and this aggressive form of Lucina is finding a lot of ground. It's just not closing out these edge guards.
Ooh, and just barely misses on that dash grab too. Now Omega both has ledge and Arsene, and is going to combine those two ingredients for a stock.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we call a chef's secret sauce, when you make something greater than the sum of its parts. And right there, that stock just happening in dominant fashion. You still have half of Arsene left too to rack up 50, 60, potentially even a second stock here last. It's just starting to get out of hand for merf, who, despite starting this game really hot, again, is still 154, barely able to get the stock there off of parry.
Trying to start chipping away at this lead, but Omega just going to hold on to the Rebels guard for as long as he damn well pleases. Arsene meter almost full at only 34%. Okay, yeah, it is full. Big brother out to play. merf got to run away.
Yeah, but holding under the platform, you see there with the pivot walk, is able to, kind of get him out of the awkward position with the gun at the perfect range, but you tumble, so he's able to hold under the platform. Even still, though, you give Omega an inch, and he pushes him all the way to the corner, finds the ledge trump back here, and that's going to be the stock. You got one bit over aggressive on your movement. You didn't even swing, and that was what Omega capitalizes on. Against these top players, right, the margin for error is so thin, and when Omega's locked in, he's among the best in the world at locking you down on it.
Doing just that here, crosses up, and then immediate dash attack right after to push merf into the corner. merf kind of just floundering, looking for some kind of option just to take a stock. Swinging Nair, misses again, and Omega's going to put him off stage once more.
Now at the corner, how does he get out? The answer is that aggressive down tilt is going to get caught out by Joker. However, Dolphin Slash not going to find the back air. The great DI mix-up from Omega, but down air, up air. Hey, listen, we got Aegis at home, and don't worry, it still works out for the tried and true Lucina. One stock apiece. merf has a chance to remain in this set, but Omega has really not been giving you much room to work with.
No, almost none, actually, if you get a measuring tape out. 105% going to be looking for that fair one drag down without Arsene.
Now, though, again, holding under platform, Omega has been so good at creating this wall, right, with gun. Making you second guess, can
oh,
you
and that's
enter
it.
or
No,
not
not.
ledge, but the mix-up with the platform, just perfect spacing and distance there last.
And a fair out of the corner from merf. He's still trying to fight this. The side B going to put Omega into the corner. Might be able to do something with this. Parries, though, and gets right out into back air position. Closes it out. That's going to be Omega moving on 3-0. He'll be facing off against Goblin, who actually just won a Game 5 against Major.
If you're merf there, right, that dolphin or that dancing blade, if you cancel it out after the parry, if you haven't already buffered it,